if you have a session with primary school children, one doesn't want to make it too heavy, but at the same time, it's nice to take the opportunity of telling them about, often for the first time, some key points of our history. How boats were initially propelled, obviously using the horse, and then how that changed to motors when they were invented, and then how the canals perhaps went into decline on the invention of the railway, because children often don't actually have a very good idea of the sequence of inventions that occurred. So that's nice to be able to tell them about that. So to give them, for them to go away at the end of a session having had fun, produce something they can take home with them, and acquired a bit of knowledge is a nice combination of things to do.
My favourite part was learning about that life form where the frogs turned into the tadpole, the eggs turned into tadpoles, and then the tadpoles turned into frogs. My favourite part was seeing how a lock works.
We can look after the waterways by not dropping any litter in and throwing stuff that might poison the river. I enjoyed learning about what sizes the boats were and learning about creatures. So canals were built in the first place because if you wanted to ship cargo from very far places, you would just put them on a ship and then ship them there.
You can have pondweed at the bottom, and then a water snail eats the pondweed, and then a fish eats the pond snail, and the heron eats the fish, and that's at the top of the food chain.
The main difference between canals and rivers is that the canal was man-made and the rivers were natural.
Yeah, it was very relevant to our curriculum. I feel that we learnt so much more about the local area, which was our main topic. A lot of people study a local area at school. The learning outcomes were to discover more about the history of the local area, and that was certainly met, and how that's changed. Also, we had a geographical outcome, and that is that the canal networks around the city and how they've developed over time, what the boats were used for, that was definitely met as well. Health and safety wasn't an issue at all. The children were always kept safe. They knew their boundaries, their guidelines for the trip. They knew how to stay safe, and there was a bit of ownership that they took on that as well. For me, they were experts. There were lots of questions that I had that they answered, let alone the children. They seemed to understand lots about the history and the geography of canal systems and in the local area, and yeah, I would say they're experts. The kids learned so much from practical learning, from actually stepping onto a boat, from things like travelling around the area, asking questions and answering them. Lots of practical experience. They learned so much more about how canals have changed over time.